Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wild. Today, I want to talk to you guys about DoorDash's new safety features. Um, I also want to talk about some of the things that are happening throughout the gig economy in regards to safety. And I also want to talk about my personal opinions on the Safe Dash program, on the Safe Dash tool that they are currently implementing, because I think that there's what DoorDash tells you, and then there's how it actually is, and then there's personal opinions that are spread around everywhere. Um, and before we go too deep into it, I do want to say my personal experience on this is not too extensive. Obviously, I haven't had too. I'm very thankful that I'm haven't had too many instances where my personal safety felt at risk and I needed to call 911. Have there been situations? Of course, but it's very few and far between in comparison to that of someone who lives in a rougher neighborhood or it's just average person in what's his face. I'm very fortunate for that. However, I do think it needs to be spoken about, especially since, and the headline shows on this article, DoorDash launches Safe Dash, trademark pending, new technology for Dasher safety and peace of mind. So let's jump right into the article, and I'll just go in and out as we go. Safety is extremely important to us, which is why we continue to invest in products and policies and partnerships that enable us to lead the industry while better serving all members in our community. That's an interesting statement you've made there, DoorDash, because I feel like there was this app called Uber that has implemented these features first, so I guess you're just leading right behind Uber in that case. um, we invest in products, policies, and partnerships that enable us to lead the blah blah blah. In 2019, DoorDash became the first industry to offer occupational accident insurance at no cost to Dashers with no opt-in required, helping Dashers if they're delivering on our platform. Okay, first-hand experience on this, they did not even provide any insurance when I ended up in an accident, and they chose not to do their job at all. Apparently, some people were able to get coverage, but not everybody. And they're very selective on who actually gets covered in that case. So technically, you can be covered, but that doesn't mean you are during your accidents. I believe you need to be on a delivery. What that means, you already picked up the item from the merchant and then you're on your way to deliver the item, not you're on your way to an order, not you just finished an order and somebody clipped you. That is you are on you are on the scene and that's what happened. You were on the way and something happened. It's very particular, so this is just broad. And of course, this is from DoorDash website, so of course they're gonna always make themselves look good. We've built our 24/7 trust and safety team, which is Dasher support. And no, they are not trustworthy or safe or care about your safety. More transparent. We've also built a more actionable 24-hour safety team, a more transparent, actionable rating system. I actually made a rating excuse me. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, we just smacked the microphone, so I had to cut that out and put it back, like put me back in. So going back to where we are, I did make a video on the more transparent and actionable rating system. If you guys would like to hear more about that, as well as supported street and safety proposals like the 2025 campaign to provide Dashers with free access to and discounted road safety equipment. So the 2025 campaign is a NYC, basically a movement in New York City, and I'm sure that's just a puff piece, and I'll give a little annotation bubble explaining a little bit more about them, but that's pretty much them being like, oh, look at all the good we're doing. And last month, we've also announced a partnership with NAWLEE, which is the National Association of Women Law Enforcement Executives, to roll out new safety resources for Dasher education, as well as advocacy efforts across the country. Our commitment to safety is what is central to what our teams work on every day. Okay, so they do not really commit to safety. NAWLEE does, but Doordash cares more about completing deliveries than actually the safety of the driver. That's a puff piece movement right there. Today, we're proud to announce another development to continue improving the Dasher experience by connecting them with help when they need it. Okay. We're launching Safe Dash, a new in-app toolkit powered by the security professionals at ADT, which ADT is the most trusted name in security, to help Dashers feel safe and give them greater peace of mind. Good news on that. DoorDash isn't running Safe Dash, the tool, themselves. Now, the reason that's a good thing is because Dasher support has been known to not care about the Dasher safety at all. I mean, firsthand experience, I ended up having a challenge from where me picking up a Cheesecake Factory order in New York and trying to deliver it to a customer, and the shifter cable on my car ended up snapping, and the box and it ended up swirling around the tire on the wheel thing, and it smacked the gearbox into park. So imagine driving, and then you hear ba 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 ba, and suddenly you're going from drive to park, and you had absolutely no control over that. Oh, you try shifting it, nothing happens. And you're in the middle of a side street, by the way. And I love how it ended up parking right between two cars on each side. So there was no way anybody was getting around that. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm having a panic attack because first thing I gotta do is contact my insurance. And then hopefully get a tow truck over here. Then I gotta call DoorDash and tell them, hey, look, I'm sorry, I gotta do this. And I tried contacting the customer, telling him that's what's going to end up happening, but she didn't pick up. And then as soon as I contacted my insurance, the tow truck they got the tow truck guys to come, and then I'm trying to bounce multiple conversations through calls. I tried contacting Dasher support. And Dasher support, what they told me, and this is what would happen if you tried contacting Dasher support. It's almost word for word. Oh, I am so sorry that has happened to you. This is not the Dasher experience that we are hoping that you would experience. Are you still able to complete the delivery? I just told you my car is not physically able to move. What do you think? Like, are you even thinking about this? DoorDash doesn't care. They don't have the integrity or the ability to think for themselves to actually care about the safety of other people until there's enough noise about it on the internet. But that's why I'm happy that ADT is actually on it because, well, at least they do their jobs properly. And I'm sure there's going to be somebody who's had a bad experience with ADT. Dasher feedback has been vital throughout the process, especially because we know that safety is the top reason many Dashers, particularly women, choose delivery over other platforms. They don't choose it other platforms, they choose it over rideshare. And currently, delivery is the most profitable. It's not a matter of if it's delivery or something else. It is the delivery, while I don't necessarily believe it is the best source of income, it is a great source of income requiring the lowest skill set and still allowing people to live a life outside of this. We're rolling at Safe Dash out to Dashers in Chicago, Detroit, Los Angeles, New York, Philadelphia, San Francisco, with 100% of Dashers across the U.S. seeing this in their app by the end of the year. Now, the Safe Dash feature features two specific buttons. The safety reassurance call, which in the event that Dashers feel unsafe in a situation, they can quickly and easily connect with an ADT agent through the Dasher app. ADT will call the Dasher and remain on the phone until the Dasher feels safe. If the incident escalates and the Dasher is unresponsive for a period of time, ADT will contact 911 to request emergency response to Dasher's last known location based on the GPS from their smartphone. Okay. I get that if you go into an area where you're really not sure how to feel about it, like have you ever gotten an order and you had a bad feeling about where you were? I think the safety reassurance call is something that is going to definitely have a peace of mind with that. But that being said, I don't know if I would use it as a person, because if I really felt like I needed help, like I would call 911. I don't know if I would call ADT. Maybe if you're, especially they did target this towards women. Let me know if a lady in the comment section. Do you feel that if someone were to call, if ADT were to call you and stay on the phone with you, would you actually feel safer? And would you use that tool in the event that you would end up in that situation? Because I'll tell you what, I don't know if I would. Just throwing that out there. And then there's the emergency assistance button. If a Dasher is in need of emergency services, they could swipe a button in the Dasher app for assistance, and then ADT will contact 911 on the Dasher's behalf, discreetly remaining in contact with Dasher by text message. That's smart. That is smart. I don't know if, because I was thinking like you had to call 911, right? Like if you're getting jumped or if you're actually getting beaten or pulled into a house, like you see on the news sometimes, and I'm sure there are plenty of situations where that's happening. Where's your opportunity to call 911? If you swipe, you have the ability, ADT will do that for you. Or if you're using the safety reassurance call, they will be able to do that while you're on the phone with them. But this way, ADT is already on it. ADT will be able to pass on critical information such as their location, which will be shared directly with the emergency responders. This also enables a Dasher to get help from 911 silently, providing additional information to ADT without needing to speak on the phone. Information on the incident can then be shared with DoorDash so we can reach out to the Dasher involved to provide support and follow-up. So these are some of the opinions that Dashers and one Dasher in California had, as well as some of the other people on here also had, from NAWLEE, ADT, and of course DoorDash, the writer of this puff piece. So this is my opinion. It's worth what you pay for it. Since none of you pay me, well, there you go. This is going to be a great start to features that should be on DoorDash and provide safety. However, if you really want to feel safe, there are some things that you're just going to have to do on your own time for yourself. And some of those things can include learning a martial art, finding a different location to drive. I don't necessarily recommend any kind of weapon because that goes against the terms of service with DoorDash. And the last thing I would want to see is somebody getting deactivated for what shouldn't be a problem but is. And overall, your own safety is the most important thing for you and the people of that love you. So always make sure that you're putting that first. I know that with customers and all that, and some people just say, no, customers first. I'm like, if you want to help more customers, stay safe. That is my opinion. But regardless of that, that's everything I have for this video. I hope that you found something valuable. You learned a lot about SafeDash. And don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll see you guys next time.